Hello. So I had a request for my podcast setup. Now, I'm going to say straight away that I am no expert on the technicalities of making podcasts, but I'm always happy to share absolutely everything I learn in this project. So if it helps someone, fantastic. What do I use to record my podcast? I use a Blue Yeti mic, which obviously is very popular, these microphones. And if you're recording just audio only, then obviously you can get up nice and close, so you can get a far richer sound. With video, I tend to like it to be out the shot. I just think it looks so much better. One thing that a lot of people do is that they get, these extension arms for podcasting, which you can then put the microphone in. Sometimes it turns it upside down, but it stops you getting all that sort of banging sound. So, for example, if I put it on my desk and I go like that, you can hear that banging. And I actually have a really crude, really simple way of overcoming that. You see this bag? It's full of soft toys. And these are mochis. I'll try and get one of these. They're just literally foam soft toys, and they're incredibly cheap. And I've been doing this for ages, and it works beautifully. You just put them in the bag, spread them out a little bit, put them on your desk, balance the mic on it, and it's as good as a £200, $300 microphone stand. So if I bang the table now, you hear nothing. So it works really well. So I record my voice using that microphone. Headphones, obviously, you could use absolutely everything. I use in-ear, earbud headphones. And then for recording, let me change the angle on here. I use this program called Descript. And here you can see actually one of my social media updates. We're on here now, aren't we? One of my social media updates. And with Descript, you can edit both audio and video. But when you click this record button, it actually automatically transcribes what you're saying, and then you can edit based on the words in there. So, for example, I highlight that sentence there. You can see the sound waves that you would see in a program like Audacity. And then if I click Edit, Cut, it's literally gone. It's just been removed for you. You can see it in the words, and you can see it in the sound wave as well. So this works with both video and with audio, and obviously I can undo that in exactly the same way. I love this because you can scroll through that text and you can find out what you are looking for straight away. I mean, I think it's awesome, this whole concept. So once you've done that, then I'm exporting my file. I'm obviously doing this really, really rapidly. I hope this does provide some help to someone. Then I click audio, and I can click my MP3 file, remembering MP3 is the most universal of all the file formats, and I export it. And once I've got my MP3 file on my computer, then I can upload it to a podcast host. Now, there's obviously a variety of different platforms you can use, like Anchor FM, you can use Libsyn, you can use Buzzsprout. There's quite a few of them out there. I mean, personally, I have my podcast hosted on WordPress.com because I work there. So it makes sense for me to do that. But, it's, as always with all these things, it's about saying, well, what is it that I need? What are the features I need? And then using the platform that best suits your need. So once you've uploaded it there, whichever platform you're using, you will end up with an RSS feed. And let me go back to this camera. And this RSS feed is no different from like entering a URL for a website. So like if you went to google.com, you would have https : and then a URL like that, which would contain a link to your, it's basically a text file which tells podcast platforms what your episode is called, what the episode art is, and all this kind of thing. So it provides all that details. So then you go along to, for example, with iTunes, and you go to iTunes Connect, and there's loads of tutorials out there online that you'll find this stuff, like how to submit my podcast to iTunes. So you go to iTunes Connect, you enter that URL into the box, and you click validate. It accepts it, or doesn't, and tells you why. And once it's accepted, they have a review process at Apple, and then it will be live on Apple. Anchor FM, for example, has quite a nifty little feature in the fact that it distributes out to loads of different platforms for you automatically, so you don't even have to worry about that aspect of it. But there are plus and minuses to all these different platforms. So that's from an audio point of view. From a video point of view, my most common one. So for example, if I go back to this one again, my most common one, must be a slightly better facial expression I can get out of this than that one of me in a grotty grey t-shirt there. How about this one? There we go. At least I've got a black shirt on there. I record all these using my phone, which is literally just a Samsung... Oh, hang on. Where are we again? I record these using a Samsung S9, my phone there, literally, and I have a microphone on it, as you can see, which is a Rode Video Mic ME. I love this. It's got amazing quality from a distance. So in other words, you don't have to like have your mouth up here to try and get a good sound out of it. And you plug it in. Oops, wrong way around. Plug it in like that. And as long as you've got good light on the front of it, can I get that in the camera shot there? It's amazing quality. So I then get the video file off my phone. I mean, I tend to use Google Drive for this. I select to share that file with Google Drive. It then appears on my computer. And then, first thing I actually do is I use a program called Adobe Premiere Elements. So here we go. So this is Adobe Premiere Elements. And I have a template file which I use, which is called Update Style. And let's just forget that for the moment. And it's got the files, the bits I need in there already. So I've actually, and this is, they make a modern version. This is actually an old version of Adobe Premiere Elements, but it's a very simple editor. And I'm familiar with it, which is why I still use it. So if I get rid of those two, you can see I've got my main show logo there. So Can I Make a Hit Podcast there, which is overlaid on top. I've also got a graphic which I always use, which is a sort of yellow box with black words there, which I can move around, which is selected in my title. And then at the end, I've got an outro caption, which is just made up of the logo and a few words there. So you can see that I select my words and they appear there, and I've got my logo above it. So once I've created my video with my captions, the next thing I do is I export it. It's a bit of a process, but that's because I personally think it's quite important to put subtitles on it, because so many people now watch video without sound. So once I've exported it, I then import it into Descript. So, well, here's a perfect example. You've got a video that I've imported there, and I transcribe it. And once I've transcribed it and cleaned it up, I then share, export, subtitles. And then finally, I then use another program. Let's try and move this up. And this program is called Handbrake. And it's a free re-encoding program that helps you convert files to different file formats. But the great thing about it is it allows you to add subtitles. So I click, let's just find one. This isn't going to be good because I'm not using a raw file, but I would import my file, click open like that. And then I go to subtitles, import SRT. Now this sounds really like there's a lot of steps, but once you get used to it, I can get a video done fairly quickly. I can turn it around quite fast because I remember the steps to do. I click open and burn in. And what burn in means, it doesn't create a sort of separate file or try to add it later. It actually literally adds the words onto the video. So I then click start encoding. So what you then end up with is your finished video. And as you can see there,
anyway,
if I turn my sound off for a moment, you can see that the subtitles have literally been baked into the video. And then I can upload that to Twitter or to YouTube or Facebook or wherever I want to. And then I have my finished social media video. As I say, it seems like a bit of a process, but once you get the hang of it, once you learn the steps that you go through, it's actually quite quick to do. So that's my system. I could go on for absolutely ever. You know, there is so much other stuff out there. And tutorials and great ideas out there. If you want to get a bit more of an idea about sort of an introduction to podcasting, then I will put a link up on my screen to a webinar I did a while back with my work. Feel free to have a look at that one. It's just got ideas really. It mixes everything from like editing to ideas for how to come up with ideas. But as I say, there's so many resources out there. I hope you got some value from that. This was totally unscripted and totally spontaneous because I wanted to get something out rather than doing a good video. So I hope you got some value from that. But feel free to ask me any questions you like. Absolutely delighted to answer that. As I say, there's tons of stuff out there, but if I can help in any way, please do let me know, because my main thing with this whole project is to share my passion for podcasting and to share that with other people who want to get involved in podcasting too. So I really do hope that helps.